Okay, we are back at it. It's been a little bit. I've been kind of busy doing other stuff. Just let me pop out some chats here from the various sites that I'm on. Oh wow, Odyssey's working fast today. It's pretty good. Normally it's a little on the slow side. Maybe it's because I'm doing this late and everybody's enjoying the holiday. Okay, let's pop that out. And so that's BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, and now YouTube. Come on, YouTube. There we go. Pause that, make sure everybody's paused. Okay. Looks like OBS is working today and not being a big douchebag. Okay, just laying out my chat windows over here. Good enough. Alright, let's get to it. Let's see. I think we're getting really close to finishing this Scandinavian area. But even though it's just a few jobs left, there are big, long, annoying jobs. Oh yes, and I just was taking some cable cars somewhere, I think, and got hung up. Oh, what was I going to do? Oh yes. I was thinking about it the other day and I just remembered something that might work. Yeah, so let's see, what am I doing? Well, I'm going to replace, I've got these little machines that are called Odroid N2. Well, I've got, I think, 2 N2s and 2 N2 pluses. Yeah, let's just see if he'll, probably not, but let's have a peek here. Holy shit. It just works. Oh, come on. Oh, you were doing so good. Oh no, you weren't working. You piece of shit. And one of the things I wanted to try was to go the other way, but I can't turn him around enough because of that. Let's see if I go, oops, wrong way. Go this way a bit. Gotta be careful if I run the front up over these rocks, I'll flip myself over. Yeah, I don't think I can back my way out of this. Or can I? Oh shit. Nope. Holy shit. This trailer's saving my ass right now. Oh man. Can I keep going? No, he's not gonna. Wait. Okay. Actually, the other one might have been better choice. Haha. Oops. Alright, let's see if we can... Oops. Let's see if we can get out of here without flipping over. Okay, what's the deal now? Why can't I move? Oh, is it like wedged in between those trees back? Yes, it is. Jeez. Man, I just cannot win with this one. Come on. That tree's leaning over pretty good. We're probably hung up on it. Nope, he can't reach. That's what I just tried, isn't it? Yeah, it doesn't work. Well, that tree that's to the right there is the one that's moving. Let's try... Wow. Wowie wow. Alright. That is not what I wanted to do. What do you mean it's too far away? Oh, do I need to be under the very front of it? Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can't tow this. Let's think about this a little bit. Actually, maybe if I bump into it. Yeah, I don't think that did a whole lot of anything. It's fucking trees. They're indestructible. Alright. Do I have fuel? is that one? Yeah, about the computers. So I wonder if it'll. Sometimes they'll. Oh yeah, okay. It's probably still too much of an angle. Oops, that's not the view I want. That's the view. Jesus Christ. So I need to pull it forward. Like straight forward, and I thought I could do that by doing this. I think I got myself into a worse pickle here by backing into these trees. You can see that one there is just ready to like spring me into outer space or something. It's wound up. Alright, let's try something else here. This is what I was gonna say I was gonna try in the beginning, was to tow this thing through here. I'm just gonna get a get a better angle on this. Could be an easier thing. An easier solution escaping my notice, but oh, I can't even get at the front. That's nice. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, I bet I can get at the front now. No, why not? Or does this trailer not have a front winch point? Well, that's just great. You're coming with me, trailer. Without tipping over, please. I wonder. Okay. We've got two trucks with winches. Or, with cranes, sorry. Actually, if we can pull it out a bit. Yes, yes, yes. Pull it forward. I think that's... Is that the trailer? It better be the trailer. Nope, was not the trailer. Now let's try grabbing that, see what that does. That also was not trailer. What the... bet you that isn't either. Jesus Christ. Well, that's definitely part of the trailer. Not what I was looking for. I wanted to pull the back end around. But I guess we're kind of getting that anyway. Oops, sorry about that. That's what I was looking for. Oops, wrong way. Alrighty. How do we want to do this? Pain in the Badinsky. Betcha I can't get those anchors down. That might actually work. Let's see. Oh yeah, this thing and it's... There we go. Short range. Okay. Alright, good enough. I doubt I'm going to be able to get these. Yeah, that's as far as it'll go. And I can't. It's not giving me the option. But... I have a plan. Why does the trailer have lights on? It's weird. Alright, so up here we go. I'm not going to go this way. I am going to try and turn around. As long as this thing doesn't tip over. Nope, nope. Or do that. Wait. It's funny how one stupid little mission can just turn into this big nightmare job. And then there's that. Wait. If I come at it from the side over here. I might be able to get in there. Yeah. But should be high enough now. This thing is terrible at turning. And it's also, oh, it's not too far away. How about that? Alright, so I've got my buddy here, so if I get stuck I should be able to pull myself out. Plus, I think that'll be far enough over. You know what? Let's go further. We're gonna get stuck for sure. Alright, let's just stop here. Okay. Let's try putting this on the front over here. Come on, lift up. Lift up. Doesn't want to go any higher. Alright. Okay, it's not going to give it to me. Oh, he's still attached? Fuck, I thought he was... How could he still be attached? I've been using my winch. That's weird. Well, let's just... Ugh, fuck off. He wasn't attached. He's just stuck on it. Holy shit. Oh, man. Wait a minute. Oh, this could be bad. Let's restore the crane and see what happens. It's probably going to send that thing into orbit or something retarded. Nope, we're good. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, you can't reach. Oh, yes you can. possible. There, piece of brick. Crane mode. Can I push it or something maybe? No, can't. Can't reach that far. Let's see, maybe I can do something with this now. Come on. What the hell? I'm trying to move him to the right, and he just won't do it. That is not what I wanted to do, but... Come on. All right. All right. Is that going to be good enough to get one on the back or not? Probably have to move one of these. But let's see what happens first. Not the most stable position I've ever been in with a crane, but we'll see. Weird, I'm having flashbacks to Moonraker all of a sudden, the James Bond movie. All right. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Hey, what? Oh, yeah, right. That's one in the front. Okay. Okay, they're unpacked now, so I can push this one that's on here. I think. Or does he not have the range for this? Nope, we can kind of do it. Whack it. Get it up there. Almost. Okay, what's with the turning really fast? It's not supposed to happen. Well, let's see if that's far enough. Okay, we're back in business for this. Let's see. Yeah, I can't, that might, it's not great, but might, nope, it's not gonna work. Okay, there we go. I'm holding it on with the crane. That's so stupid. Okay, well, oops. What the? Oh, I'm still in crane mode. God damn it. Alright, get down. Wait, turn it. Pull it in, turn it. Down. So I'm just shorten up that wire as much as I can. Come on. Lift it up. Lift it up. See, as I pull it in, it comes down, which is kind of annoying. So I'm trying to reel it in right now, and it doesn't want to do that either. So let's go back down here. I'll reel it in so I get nice and close, and I pick it up, pull it towards me, and it gets to this point and it doesn't want to do it anymore. Damn it, how did I... Come on. Grab it. Okay. Alright, we're out of the fucking crane mode. Let's go over here. Let's see if we can actually go anywhere. Can we? We cannot. We're too far. Okay. Destroy the crane. Start the engine. Ugh. These mud tires are just crap when it comes to climbing rocks. Alright. What's going on? I saw that. Alright. Okay, at least we're pulling them through. Alright, let's get this guy the hell out of the way. Just in case we need to do some more pulling. I was going to pull him in there, but I think I'd like to keep him ahead of the other guy in case I need help getting him up this hill. Just gotta find a parking space here where he'll be out of the way. Oh, fuck. Alright. Nothing up here I can connect to, so just have to keep going with this tree here, I guess. Oh, it's still doing stuff. Yeah, I guess I could turn it off. It's kind of in... Yep. So I've got a... looks like we're back in business. So yeah, downstairs I've got a TV hooked up to one of these hard kernel Odroid N2 deals. I was using something called Corelec on it, which pretty much makes, I don't know if anybody knows what Kodi is, but it's like Plex. It's a multimedia app. I like it, it's okay. So they have it all tweaked and everything, so it gets the absolute best out of this machine, this Odroid machine. You get HDR and 4K res and everything. And everything works great. So that's awesome for playing videos, you know, that you have. I have a network box, and it's called NAS, Network Attached Storage. I've got one of those with, I think it's 12 terabytes of space, which I think we're using about 7 right now. But we still wanted to browse the internet and stuff, because there's videos just like this on YouTube and whatever. And it does have a YouTube plugin, but it doesn't work worth shit. So at least I could never get the damn thing working, or it was working and then YouTube or Google changed something and it wasn't working, and that tree is not gonna work. So the next best thing I thought would be to put a desktop operating system on it, like a normal operating system, well, Linux, but a normal operating system with a desktop. And that worked. I did a bunch of fiddling and I got that all working, but the problem is it doesn't play every video really good, or at all. And I've discovered that came down to the operating system I'm using, which is Ambien, or Armbian. It doesn't have proper driver support for the hardware in that box. The hardware is capable, it just won't do it. And there was nothing else that works, like the normal versions of Linux. I can put them on there, but they're even worse. So, what was it? Maybe a year ago, I replaced a machine from my in-laws because it was getting a little long in the tooth, and they wanted to upgrade to Windows 11 because, well, that's the way, right? And this machine wasn't capable, so I bought them a new cheap computer. I mean, they don't use it for anything other than some web browsing and emails and stuff, so they don't need a super machine. And the one I got them was way more powerful and more hard drive space and RAM and speed and stuff, but it was cheap. It's like 300, 500 bucks, I can't remember. But now I have this old machine, and it was running Windows 10 kind of on the slow side. Like, it works, but it's when I looked into it, I could upgrade the RAM and even the CPU and stuff. It's older AMD system. But I knew if I put Linux on it, it would work way better. Yeah, but they're old and not good at change and stuff. So we got the new machine. They got Windows 11 on there and whatever. Got this machine, and then I'm thinking I was going to put this on here. I'm using Linux Mint 22.3, which is the latest. And then I saw something the other day about Linux in general is coming out with a new kernel, 7.2. Yeah, it's a reminder. Which has a ton of improvements, huge improvements. Some of them like speed-wise. I can't remember which did what, but the lowest improvement was like 5% increase, and the best was like 130 something%, and it was all related to memory, accessing memory faster, the CPU and how it handles processes and whatnot, doing things faster, I/O with the any hard drives and stuff you have is like a lot faster, and network is also like a ton faster. So I was looking into it, and Mint won't have that for probably 6 months to a year is what I'm thinking, and that's because they well, the way it works, I don't think there's a tree I can latch onto here. I'm pretty sure these trees won't do it. Sometimes these small trees are more than they look, like you can't even run them over. Most of the time you can. Well, I'm sure I'm gonna, oh wow, fuck me. This is super rare. It's good though. Anyway, yeah, so Mint is based on Ubuntu, a different version of Linux, which is based on Debian, which is one of the root versions. So the way it usually works is Debian comes out with a new version, and then it's kind of in testing for a couple weeks or months. And when everything's good and they're happy, it gets put into production. It's kind of like their main version then. Then the Ubuntu guys grab that, and they make a bunch of changes and updates and tweaks and whatever to make it theirs. And that's in a kind of a test phase for a couple of weeks or months. And when that's good, they release it as their primary version, and then Mint grabs it. And the same thing happens. It's another couple of months or whatever, and then it comes out as their full version. So there are ways to get around that. Like I could load the newest thing in Mint anyway, but it may not be super compatible with everything and could cause problems and whatnot. I mean, so as far as that, Mint is really great that way because you get the latest, or you get a really stable product. Like all the bugs and shit have been worked out, all the upgrades and things are added between Debian and Ubuntu, and then Mint, it just gives you a lot, and it's a really stable product. It's really nice. And I'm using it right now for this. But yeah, it's not going to have these super speed tweaks for a long time. So I went looking around, and it looks like Fedora is probably the best one to use. It's a version of Linux. It has the new 7.2 kernel. It has a lot of enhancements for AMD. Well, actually, that kernel does, actually, for AMD systems. So I thought, okay, whatever, we'll try that. I haven't tried it in years, a lot of years. So I thought, I'll try it on this. What the hell? And so I loaded it from, you can run Linux from a USB stick, by the way. You can boot to the USB stick after you download Linux, and whichever version it is, you download the ISO file, and then you can make it a bootable boot stick. And so I did that, and I booted up the machine with it, and it is fast. It is really, really fast. I was not expecting that. I knew it would be, Linux in general would just be faster than Windows was on that old machine, but holy shit. And by the way, that is one of the nice things about Linux. You can run it like the latest version with all the latest patches and everything on an old machine. The only stuff they don't support really is well, I guess that little single board computers, SMBs computers. It's like the Raspberry Pis, except the Odroids are a little more powerful, which is why I was using it for multimedia machine. The support for those is a little, it's there but not. But I mean, compared to Windows, see, that's what I was expecting to happen with that other tree. There we go. Come on. Come on. What are you doing? Okay. What are we stuck on here? A rock? I'm not really sure what we're stuck on. Oh yeah, there it is. Alright. Gonna be like that, are we? There are ways. I don't know if that tree's gonna be, nope. Actually, just backing off that a bit might have fixed this up. Sometimes, yeah, if you take a run at it, you can do it. Anyway, yeah, if it's a 32-bit machine, there are versions of Linux still for that, but I'm a little worried about these rocks. They might be a problem. I'm probably going to get hung up on it with the stupid trailer, but let's have a look. Come on, go fast. Get through it. You can do it. I think we're good. But yeah, if you have an older machine, like a 32-bit one, Linux will, you can find a version of Linux that'll work, let's put it that way. But it may not be the greatest thing. But if you have a 64-bit machine, you're pretty much in business. I mean, I've got an old laptop that I was using at work. I replaced it with a Microsoft Surface. Recently we have an old Surface that I got working again, and that's better. But yeah, the old machine is a dual Centrino. It's it was like the well, a little bit like the budget version of the Pentiums. It's better on power and stuff. It's kind of like the i5 compared to the i7. It's that kind of idea. So if it's a dual Centrino, it's got two of these core, two processors, two core Centrino in there with, I think it's 3 gigs of RAM, which is the max it'll take. And I did put in an SSD, and that helped massively to speed things up. But I can run the latest version of Linux on that, and it runs fairly good. It was running better than this current machine with Windows 10, that's for sure, which is a lot newer than that laptop. I can't believe we're going to make it. But yeah, Linux is impressive, and yeah, this Fedora, when I stuck it on that machine downstairs, it's busy copying. I'm backing up. There's 3 hard drives inside. 2 of them have Windows on them, and we want to keep them as backups just in case for my wife's parents. In case if I missed something, I didn't copy everything across or something. I'm pretty sure I did, but to their new machine. But yeah. So I'm turning them, each drive I'm going to turn into a compressed file that I can get into and okay, if we need to, and but yeah, so that's going to free it up, and then I can hook that up to that TV downstairs and use that as the multimedia machine, and that one will work super fantastic, so it's going to be fun. Oh, stuck in it. Alright, let's get it around here, come on. Boy, this was a lot bigger headache than I thought it was going to be, just because of that one little spot. But yeah, my wife was just in telling me that the TV's still on downstairs, and I was like, yeah, it's copying. It's going to take a while. One of the drives I'm copying it from is it's not an SSD, it's an HDD. It's the older type, and its throughput is a little on the slow side. So even though I'm copying to an SSD, a new one, a 2 terabyte drive. That's what we want. Come on. Oh, yep. Yep. Alright, that should be good. Let's see. Yep. Yay. Oh my god. So that one was probably the hardest mission I've had for a while. Just because of that stupid bullshit that happened. But anyway, yeah, so that's downstairs copying stuff. So I'm going to have to go down after this. Hopefully I don't forget. And see where it's at. Maybe start up another one. Wait. Before we do that. Oh, I already did that. Let's see here. Nothing else gives me anything, does it? No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Okay. So to deliver a generator, and although that's probably somewhere on the map, but probably not going to show me. Okay, that's where I need to create the stuff. It might be on the other map. Deliver to tourist village, which is on the other map. Let's go to the other map. Okay, that's where we're making deliveries to. Cement. Wait. Okay, we are tracking that. 2 cement, okay. And 4 wooden planks, which, yes, are going to have to be from that spot we were just at. I think. Oh no, we can do it here. And we have medium logs there. Excellent. So I can make a short trip up here, grab all this shit, and bring it down here. Okay. That's going to be a 6er. Do I have that in the area? I'm pretty sure this is logging. I don't think I do. Flatbed semi-trailer, that's probably a 5. What do we got here? Oh, the Kolob again. I could use him. Pretty sure he's got a 6 on there. The twin steer is 4, and this guy I think had something else. Okay, we can do this. But yeah, like the speed improvement was wow. Like just wow. Like, it's going to be fun to set that thing up and see how well it works. And anybody who hasn't checked out Linux yet, I highly recommend it. You can try it out on any machine really, because you can run it from like a bootable USB stick. You just put it on there and you can see how it goes, like what it looks like and what it's like. You know, check it out. And if you like it, like what I did, I tried that. I was using USB sticks, and then ones that I kind of like the look of and stuff, I put onto an older machine. Actually, it was that laptop, that dual Centrino. I was using that to test various ones back in 2018, 2019. I'd actually tried in early 2000s too, but it was... I'm just wondering which one I want to do first here. Because this one's going to be a bitch, so maybe we'll come in here first. So I'll have nothing on the deck, so let little weight, because this is kind of a muddy area. I'll grab the 4 planks, come back out this way, grab that, and then head back down to here, here. Do I have the fuel for it? Nothing in there, but I think there's a scout fuel carrier there. No, it's a barbecue. Oh yeah, there's one. On this service trailer, I think I emptied that. Yeah, oh, great. It shows you how much fuel's in there. Awesome. Okay, so we'll just kind of spin around here and we'll grab some fuel from this. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, there's lots of different types. It's really good to learn it. It's not that difficult. Depending, they get easier and easier and easier all the time. Like back in the early 2000s when I was checking into Linux, it was still pretty clunky. And I mean, I was looking, because I was really into games. I guess I still am somewhat, but they weren't quite there. But yeah, now I can play everything. I can play games on here that I can't play on Windows. Like, although the one thing I ran into was I set up a machine for one of my nephews, and he's into like Fortnite and stuff, and we quickly discovered those don't work, and that is because of the copy protection that those games have. Because of all the cheaters, right? They're really heavy on the copy protection, and they don't like running on Linux. They're built for Windows, and if you run it on Linux, it sees that as something strange is going on, there's a hack or something, and it won't work. So that kind of blew that up, so he's using Windows. Not real happy about that, but because I really dislike Windows. They like at work, we're looking at we're using Windows 11, but we are not going to go to Windows 12. We're going to go to Linux, and we have like 10,000-ish machines. I actually have been working on that. Not well. I have worked on the Linux thing a little bit there, but We have some virtual machines that I set up that run in Linux, and we have people using those. But mostly it's Windows 11, and then we're on Windows 23 H2, and we've been upgrading people in-place upgrades to 24 H2. One of the other guys on my team's been doing that, but I've been working on the image. It's kind of like when we have a new machine, or if you have a machine that's like really messed up, you can re-image it. Basically, you wipe the drive and you load this on there. It goes through a whole thing. It loads up the operating system, like installs Windows. It's already installed. It's kind of hard to explain. I already install it. I kind of capture the install with a bunch of tweaks. Like there's certain software we add that everybody has, and certain setups and whatnot. So that's all in there in this this main file that we load up. And then the image process has a bunch of steps that it goes through, and we can install other software and drivers and things depending on what model of machine it is, because we have a lot of different machines. So I've been setting all that up. Microsoft, I hate them. I really do. It's just getting worse and worse. The product is terrible, and they're always trying to shoehorn their stupid AI into everything, Copilot, and then they have something called Recall that they were adding in, and there was a lot of pushback from everybody because it's it eats up resources on the machine. It basically takes snapshots of everything you do, everything, screenshots kind of thing. In case you want to go back and see something or whatever, it's like, but that eats a lot of processor and RAM, and on top of that, it's kind of a security issue, and yeah, so people were getting a little twitchy about that. So it's in Windows, the newer 24H2 and 25H2s, but they've disabled it. So you can turn it on if you need a special chip in your computer. Some of the new computers come with a separate chip for running AI. I can't remember what they call it, but if you don't have one of those, it's probably not going to do anything, but whatever. So I actually disabled it in our image, so if we ever do get a machine that has one of those chips, it's still going to be disabled. Or if Microsoft tries to turn it on, it hopefully will be disabled. They're always doing stuff like that too, where there's some feature or something we don't want. I disable it because they say, okay, just change this reg key to do, turn it off or whatever. Then they come up with an update that makes that reg key obsolete. Of course, you don't know about this. It's not like I'm going to look up every single little nuance of every change they're making. That's insane. But and then you find out, oh well, something's not working or whatever, and you look into it, it's like, oh okay, they changed that, so now I gotta change, it's another reg key you gotta change, so I'll change that, and then everything's working until another update at some point that breaks that, and then there's another thing I need to change. I hate them. They're just, and their support is terrible, absolutely terrible. I'm always talking to some guy in like Pakistan or India, and a really bad phone connection, like he's all scratchy and hard to hear, and then he's got an extreme accent usually, and on top of that, half the time they're morons. They're just some guy they hired to answer the phone. Basically, they don't know anything more than I do, and then we pay for this. It's like fuck. So yeah, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. So yeah, we're not going to Windows 12. Some of the stuff we've been seeing that they're saying about Windows 12, we don't want anything to do with it. And yeah, we're going to Linux. On top of this, it's going to save us a boatload of money. One, Linux is free. Although if it's a corporation, sometimes you have to pay. And even if we do, it's still way cheaper. Way, way, way cheaper than Windows. It'll be at least as stable, probably more. And, like I was saying, like, okay, so right now we lease our machines. I think they're four-year leases, and then 10,000 machines right every 4 years. That's a lot of money. We're leasing these fucking computers. But with Linux, and we have to do that because Microsoft works with the vendors, and they have this it's a scam, really. You get to a point where, like my in-laws machine, it won't work anymore. Sometimes there's legitimate reasons. They've added security features and stuff that are only in the new hardware. And oops, what am I doing? Okay, wooden planks. I need 4. That's 4. But I mean, somehow the Linux guys managed to do it, and like I can run the newest thing on a really old computer. So what we'll end up doing, most likely, is we'll buy machines like we used to in the old days instead of leasing, and we'll just keep them until they die, or somebody needs more horsepower or has a need like that, or to change the hardware. It's going to save us millions, millions of dollars. So the only roadblock right now is getting some of the Windows apps to work. But there are a number of ways to do that. We're looking into. But I mean, this here is a Windows program, and it works. From what I understand, if you can get a Windows app to work in Linux, it'll be faster and more stable because there's a lot less overhead. There's a lot less going on in the background. It's just way more efficient. And I've actually seen that. Like, I have very little issues. And I don't have to worry about them spying, because they're definitely doing that. Or any of the other shit. What were they doing? Oh, with Office. Yeah, they started bringing in this crap where you couldn't use certain words, like retard or something. And it's just... There we go, got the full load. Now, where are we going? Oh yeah, right. Got the thing already set up. Let's get a turn around. And you know what? Like, I don't need. We're all adults. We don't need babysitters constantly watching everything we do. And can I go through here? I could probably get through there. Can I? Yes. And I don't need to refuel. We got lots of fuel. I'll leave this guy here for another vehicle. Yeah, the intrusiveness of all of them, all these assholes, the government, these corporations, trying to get into every little aspect of our lives, track and control everything. Fuck off. We don't need it. Just screw the fuck off. Yeah, okay, but we're going to Linux, and that'll help massively in that department as well. But yeah, if things are sort of going that way, all over the place, and like I said, Linux is getting easier and easier and easier to use. There are some flavors that are built around running Windows apps so that you can, start it up and you can install it like you would a normal Windows machine. You just run an executable or the MSI file or whatever, and it will just install. I don't think those guys are quite there yet, but yeah, it's definitely worth looking into. If you're new to it, stay away from Arch Linux. That's very... it's one of the best in a lot of ways, but it's also one of the very hardest to configure. There's a lot to it, a lot of command line stuff. So you want to stay away from that. Mint here is probably one of the best ones. It's very Windows-ish. It kind of looks like Windows, the way it's laid out. So to be very familiar to people with Windows, and then it's very stable. It just works. There's lots of support for it. It's one of the more popular ones, actually. So I didn't know that at the time. I was testing a lot of different ones, and I just kind of liked it the most. And there's things you'll discover, like I was saying how Mint is based on Ubuntu, which is based on Debian. So there's that. Like, there's all these different flavors of Linux out there that you can get. But on top of that, like there are sub versions as well. So with Mint here, you get XFCE and either Mate or Matey, depends how you want to say it, and Cinnamon. So there's 3 different flavors of it. They're all the same thing, but they have different desktops, different looks, slightly different looks, and it comes down to the resources that they use, basically. XFCE is the lightweight one, so it uses the least amount, takes up the least amount of space, comes with the least amount of stuff, but it runs the best on really old hardware. Mate is probably the next one, or Mate. I always think of it as Mate. I've heard people say Mate, so whatever. And then Cinnamon's like the full version with all the bells and whistles and everything, and it's the nicest looking and whatever. And that's what I'm using here. So, and most newer machines will run that no problem. Even older machines will run it, but it's okay. There you are. So we're gonna pick up that generator and bring them down here. Okay. I mean, I can use the Colab again. It's kind of the closest. Oh, I've got 2 trucks here. Oh, I could use him. I don't think I have to move this thing anymore, I hope. Maybe I should have a look here. Oh yeah, that's all done. Okay, so we're done with that stupid movie star trailer. So we gotta get back out here. Oh, that's the railway. Okay, we don't want to go there. We want to go here. Whatever. Down here and up here. And back down there. Okay, so go down here. Probably the easiest way is through here. And down here. Okay. Yeah, once you get used to Linux, it's not a big deal. I mean, my wife uses it, and she's not really, well, I mean, she's not bad, but she's not, you know, like super computer savvy or anything. She was kind of nervous about it, but she's been using it on the new machine I just set up a couple of months ago now. And, I mean, it's like anything else. It's just an operating system and it works. But yeah, I mean, if you're worried about, you know, having like, maybe you've got a machine that's running Windows 7 or XP or something, and that's all it can run. It's an out-of-date operating system. It's not patched anymore. There's probably a lot of security vulnerabilities. It also doesn't run everything anymore. You know what I mean? So there's all that. But if you upgrade it to Linux, you'll have the latest patches. You know, security issues will be all handled, and you can run different apps and things on it. And like I've got this thing. I've got old DOS games on here. One that I was kind of enjoying recently was Ultima Underworld. Used to love that game back in the day. It was the first one that had graphics like that. It like the first-person shooter type deal almost. It was, I think, the first one to do that, and they did it really well. All things considered. I think it was mid-90s. At the time, yeah, I mean, back in that was like the Wild West days of computer gaming. So much fun. They progressed from like text to wire graphic-y type stuff to the 3D FX cards that were kind of that were purpose built for 3D graphics. And I think the first one I played with that, one of the first anyway, was I think X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. And going from PC graphics or whatever the video cards were they had in those things to something that was a lot more I don't know, cool looking 3D graphics and stuff, and smoother and faster, and then Need for Speed and stuff. And I mean, there was so much. It was a lot of fun. So many upgrades, so many different things happening all the time. Even the monitors, you go from the CGA and the EGA to the VGA monitors with the more colors and stuff, and then Super VGA and oops. Here, give me. There we go. That's what I wanted. I'm so used to doing the fucking winch that that's what I went to right away. Yeah, it was. I mean, a game like this back then would have just blown everybody's mind. It was, the physics and the graphics and the sounds. And I've still got actually my wife's machine. I hooked it up. Creative Labs, Cambridge Soundworks surround sound system. I think it cost me 200 and some bucks back in the day, which was probably a lot. It still works. It still sounds fantastic. It's a 7.1 surround system with a subwoofer, and it handles, well, the earlier Dolby stuff, if you have it. But yeah, because I figured, okay, I got her this new, it's a fancy looking system, and built it. It's a big box with the windows on the side and all the bullshit and the colors. Everything's got the fucking colors, and all the fans. But I need some speakers for it, right? And I thought, well, what do we got? I just hook up something, and then get the old Creative Labs stereo stuff and whatever. And I was like, yeah, but it's crappy. And yeah, I found that in a box, and I was like, oh yeah. So I hooked it up. And yeah, I was just blown away. It sounds fucking fantastic. And it was easy to clean and stuff. After a while, if you have speakers or whatever with knobs, they get a little scratchy sounding and stuff. These ones are still perfect, and I think that's because I was probably changing the volume mostly on the computer side of things, not on the little box that the speakers are attached to. So those didn't ever get worn out. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, the whole thing is just blew me away how good it is. I'm only using 2 of the speakers though, because it's kind of messy to set up, Was it 7.1 or was it 5.1? Maybe it was 5.1. Yeah, it was a 5.1 system. So 4 speakers and a subwoofer. But I mean, I'm not going to set up the rear speakers behind her in the living room there. I'm just trying to think now. Maybe it was, I don't know, whatever. It's got at least 4 speakers and a subwoofer. So, but in her case, it's 2 speakers, right and left, and the subwoofer. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Alright. It's weird. Smell. Like somebody just put a candle out or something. Maybe I'm gonna have a stroke. That'll be a new experience. I haven't had that before. Okay, all those jobs are done, and oh, got a couple more here, and I think we only had, yeah, these two. They'll be easy to do, I think. Alright, what is this? Watchtower. Bullshit. Okay, medium logs again. The logging missions are always a pain in the ass. Oh, we can get lots of stuff here. Alright. Medium logs there too. And I assume this is where I get the metal rolls. Alright. So I need 2 metal rolls, and where are they going? Up there. Come on. I think I'll use this guy for the metal rolls. Okay, that won't be too bad. We'll head down the road here. That's easy mode. This paved road here is nice. And then we'll head up here, and I think he can handle this. Or would that be better? This is kind of a longer route, but yeah, he can do it. That is not where we need to go. So you can tell it's late, and I'm falling asleep, and it's super hot in here. The video card's not trying very hard. It's not being pushed. I think I should be able to get through here. This will be interesting. We'll see how this works. Oh, I got a logging truck right there. I'll just grab the logs and drop them off. Fucking A. Getting into here. I don't know. This guy's so tippy, and I don't think that's a road. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be able to get up there. So I'm going to have to come around here. Come in here. And head up this way. Alright. Let's see how she goes. Oh, he just needs metal rolls. I was thinking metal beams. This guy's got 4 spaces. He could take metal beams, but metal rolls is overkill for him. I see that guy over there has a 2 trailer attached. I think we will take him. He won't be anywhere near as tippy as this guy. But I think his speed is decent. I don't know how he's going to do off-road. I think he's okay. Ooh, his fuel is not good. And he needs repairs. Do I have any fuel vehicles along the way here? What do we got here? We do not. You know what? I'm going to take him anyway, and we'll see how far we can get, and then I can always bring in another vehicle with some fuel to top him up. Because I am going to need trucks over here anyway, and to pick up trailers and stuff and deliver them back to the base when I'm done. And he's just as good as anybody, so I might as well fuel him up and repair him and stuff. And some of the other trucks might need that too. Alright, metal rolls, here we go. He's not too bad on the roads. This trailer's more slidey than he is, which can also be a problem because I mean he could slide around and pull my back end around. It's fairly decent on the fuel, but he's definitely going to run out before we get anywhere close to a drop off. Man, last night I woke up about somewhere between 3 and 4, and just like you do, right? And I rolled over and I stretched a bit, and my left calf, oh my god, it's super cramp. I don't know what the hell or why that happened, but holy shit, I can still feel it. It's like I can walk around fine and stuff. I don't have a limp or anything, but it's a little sore, a little tender, I guess. But if I touch the area, like it was like one part of the muscle, it was like a little steel beam all the way through. It just wouldn't unclench. It was like, oh, it hurt. It hurt good, and yeah, it's bruised or whatever. Because when I touch it now, it still hurts. I was having a shower this morning and washed down there, and like, my leg, shit. I mean, I didn't scream or anything, but it's, you touch and it's like unexpected. It's like, yikes, shit, fuck, that hurt. Hate that. I know you can get them if you're like dehydrated or cramps, this is. Muscle cramps. Dehydrated, or I'm going to try going through here instead of going around. My right foot, so when I'm watching TV sometimes we have like a table in front of the couch, right? I'll put my legs up on it. My right leg, for some reason, if I'm compressing the back side of it there on like the, a flat surface or something for any amount of time, my foot will start cramping, my right foot. And it's because I narrowed it down to either there's a blood vessel getting kind of smooshed and cut off, or but I don't think it's that, because I would get pins and needles, wouldn't I? It's probably a nerve being compressed. But yeah, as long as I'm not putting force on that bottom side of my I guess my calf on my right leg there, my foot's fine, no problemos. But as soon as I start doing that, yeah, I start noticing it. It's like, crap. But yeah, as for this leg, just last night, I have no idea what was going on, but it was not fun. And I cannot believe that we made it as far as we've done on this little fuel. But we are definitely going to be running out of fuel soon. And I should probably wrap it up soon too, because I'm going to be... I can't believe I'm still awake. You know what, before we go into that mess, let's send in a refueling and repair vehicle. Now, I have a bunch of choices. Usually I use some of the scouts. If it's not too bad, like this guy. That's what I just used him for. By the way, these are laid out in terms of what you used last, which was like this one was the one I used last, and this one was the one before that, or at least the ones I had looked at in the garage, and then these ones are the ones that I haven't looked at in the longest time. I don't know if that guy has a decent... No, he does not. Some of them, like that one at the very top I was just looking at, have neat little attachments on the back for fuel or repairs. This guy does. Let's use him. Let's see, that gives me 500 repair parts, 2 spare wheels. I need fuel more than repairs, so that's 900, that's not bad. Plus he's got the roof rack, which has another, 115 repairs and 80 fuel, so that's not bad. Now, what is the quickest way to get to where? Am I looking right at him? Oh, it's over here. So we'll go through, yeah, the north one here, which on the other map is the south one, right here. Let's see, does this guy have... Oh, he's got suspension that goes higher and lower too. Let's leave him as low for now. I think you get better... I don't know. It's better on the roads, on the flat roads like this. But if you're going off-road, I always raise them up. But I think you're less tippy if it's low. And he's a wee bit squirrely. Gotta be careful not to take the turn too sharp. Flip myself over. And I'm going to go the long way around because I have experience with this guy and he does not like mud. I've had him get stuck in some strange spots that other vehicles had no issues with. He doesn't always do it. Sometimes he's fine, and other times it's like, yeah. I can't remember if I bought this guy in the store, like with the in-game money, or if I found him. Had him for a while, so I'm not really sure. Wow, we were close. Okay. I could go this way. Or I could go down the road here, which might actually be faster, and come up behind him. Yeah, let's do that. Well, let's just go around instead of making new waypoints. So I'll fill this guy up, and he'll come in handy for other vehicles and stuff in the area when I'm cleaning up. Actually, he's a scout. Yeah, it looks like his winch is out there, so he can pick up some of the scout trailers. Although the big trucks can carry them back to base too. They can tow them or whatever, or you can put them onto a trailer, a bigger trailer. Going in. I have no idea what we just hit. I was just thinking I should with that machine downstairs, it's copying. I'm basically backing up the hard drives. So there's one. Was this it? This is it. There's a new 2 terabyte drive in there that I just added, and I'm backing up the 3 other hard drives that are currently in there, 2 standard drives and 1 SSD, to 3 separate files on the new drive, and then I'll put those, I'll wipe the other drives, and they'll be compressed, these files, so it won't take a ton of room. I'll put them on one of the drives. Actually, I think one of the 3 drives is dying, so I'll probably just take that out and I'll wipe it, really wipe it, make sure it's good, and then I will throw that one out, I think. It's got write issues. It can read fine, it's having issues writing, so I'm going to be able to back up what's on it because I can read it, but nope. Yes. Nope. Yes. Alright, stop. Sometimes spinning is not the best thing to be doing. No, this guy's surprisingly good. Well, let's see, what else did I do today? I changed the oil in the snowblower and the air compressor. I bought some new parts for the air compressor. Basically, it's a cleaner and a desiccator. So it cleans the air that's coming out of the compressor, and it removes any water from the air too. And I needed that because I want to clean that computer, and it's been on my mind to do this for a while. To get this, instead of buying canned air, because I have a compressor, I can use the compressor, but you don't want to be spraying down your computer parts with water or oil. And the compressor it's a type that uses oil, so you will get a teeny bit of oily spray in the air. So that's not great to be putting in, you know. I kind of stopped before I got there, but I guess, you know, half a second there too late. Anyway, yeah, so I have to hook that all up. That'll be fun. And then I can clean out this computer because it is gross and dusty and nasty. Come on. Huh. This guy is surprising. Doesn't have a locking differential yet. He's able to get through this stuff. Oh, and I got 50 bucks back from, I bought a 3-ton jack when I was doing my brakes one of the last weeks here. And my wife knows it's on sale now, so it's Princess Auto, they've been pretty good. So I go back there and it's like, yeah, I see it's on sale, blah, 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 50 bucks off. Bang. Awesome. Alright. Just wondering if I can turn around here or not, or if I should. Stop that. Kind of wish now I'd put a saddle on this thing so I can grab other. We have ways of dealing with that. Kind of wish I could raise this guy up a little bit more. Alright, I think we're out of the way enough. Let's go get this last bit of stuff. 2 medium logs. What do we have here? Can you do 2? Oh, you can definitely do 2. Okay, I'm not going to be able to back that up. We'll go around the loop here. Fuel, well, I can just fill up here. And down here and up here. Oh, and I think this guy's relatively good at getting around too. Medium logs onto the trailer. Not. Don't tell me I can only unload here. Yeah, I can craft them into things. Oh, you bastards. So it's not going to let me repick those up after dropping them off. Why does it offer? Why does it say there's an up arrow here? What am I missing? Something's not right. Do I have to put them? No, I didn't give that as a choice. Unloading cargo area. No cargo to unload. Craft. So I can't craft them back into logs. It's not giving me any other choices. It says trailer, not enough space for auto loading. Okay, but these are the medium logs that I dropped off here, so this is obviously a trailer for medium logs. I'm not getting what's going on here. Alright. We have another place for logs here, logging station. This guy actually makes medium logs. Alrighty, I guess we could try that. Stupid piece of crap. So I gotta get some fuel anyway, so we're gonna hit this guy up over here. That's kind of retarded. I don't know if that's a glitch or what the fuck. Wow, he's got lots left over too. That's really awesome. So I mean, he's kind of that little guy. He sucks at carrying stuff or doing any kind of scouting and stuff. But for this, he's actually not half bad. Wow, this guy's got like mud tires and four-wheel drive and blocking differential and all that stuff, and he's slower than that red truck. Of course, I'm also towing this, but oh yeah, I still got to paint my front calipers too, because I think after next week I'm on vacation for 2 weeks, and I'll probably be spending a week of that ripping the front of my car apart, changing the calipers and all that, the rotors, and hopefully no, I shouldn't need to change the hubs or the bearings, because they're pushed into the spindles, and I don't want to. That's like a big chunk of metal there that the tires and everything are attached to, and I really don't want to have to take that apart. Or try and get the bearings out of there, or get new ones in. Can't remember if I bought a kit for that or not. That'll be one of those things I should probably get, because someday they're going to prevent us from owning tools, apparently. And yes, that's a thing. If you were listening, one of my previous ones, I was talking about that. Some states have brought in some rules, or are looking at bringing in rules, that will prevent people from using or owning vehicles older than 2005. My car's a 2001. Of course, I'm in Canada, but I mean, it's a globalist thing, so you'll see it a lot when things like that pop up in certain areas. They eventually find their way into all these everywhere else. So if they're doing it in some of the states, they'll be doing it in other places around the planet soon too. But yeah, so preventing people from doing that, and preventing people, I know they haven't done this one yet, but they're looking at it, preventing us from owning tools. Like, seriously. it's just, oh, I hate them so much. Jeez, is that a hate crime? Are they going to get arrested now and thrown in a gulag or something? Or they'll just, you know, because I'm obviously distressed, they'll offer me suicide. Oh, we'll help you. It's the right thing to do. It's the nice thing to do. Although I've heard stories of people who were given MAID, that's medically assisted suicide here in Canada. Apparently they've killed like 25,000 people already. Like, fuck. Just in one of the provinces, Ontario alone. It's crazy. But I've heard 2 stories where people were not consenting and were put down, as it were. One was an old lady whose husband didn't want to take care of her anymore, and I'm not sure if she could speak for herself or not, and or no, she indicated she didn't want to. That's right, but they decided they would do it anyway. And another was, I believe, a kid. And I can't remember what the deal was with that, but it's just, I'm just really sick of the parasite class fucking everybody over so bad. And a lot of people not even aware of it because, like, take this internet thing they're going to be doing here in Canada, and they've done it in other places too. Same thing, right? Again, it's do it somewhere else, and we're going to do it here too, or wherever. But okay, no, they want to prevent children from using social media online. And children, they're saying, are 16 or younger. Okay, there we go. But this is the thing, so they make it sound like it's a really good thing, right? Oh, we're protecting children and whatnot. But when you get down to it, what do they need to do that? They need to know who's on the internet, so it becomes a tracking thing. And to get on the internet, you'll need to log in, and they'll track where you go and what you're doing, everybody, right? To protect the children, of course. It's fucking retarded. I know the liberals here, Mark Carney and his group, are already looking at, because they're going to be bringing in rules that allow them to punish people for, well, pretty much anything. And it's come out they've been looking at ways to sue people for their online comments and stuff. So you know they're going to be using this to go after people who talk about things they don't want people talking about, or saying bad things about them, or saying bad things about anybody, or, you know, the hate speech is so objective. Like, they can just say anything is hate speech. They can make up some bullshit, say, well, this is hate speech and that's hate speech, and for that you got to go to prison or pay some huge fine, or it's I miss the old days. I really fucking miss the old days. We had no issues, nothing like we've got today. All these school shooters, the vast majority of them, like 90, I don't know, it's the high 90s percent are transgender people, and it's because of the drugs they're giving them. Makes them crazy in the head. There was a girl talking about this. She was kind of a shy, you know, smart kid, but shy and everything, blonde, blue-eyed, not bad looking actually, and she was kind of brainwashed into doing this. So she was transitioning, and at some point she decided that she wanted to have children, her own children, biologically her own children, and she was at the point where they were going to start castrating her, basically, and she decided that she wasn't going to do that. She was done with it, and she stopped taking her meds, that, you know, the testosterone and all that crap, and didn't go for the surgeries or any more consulting or any of that stuff. Her voice is a little messed up, but she didn't mess herself up enough, because she did find a guy, got hitched, and had at least one kid, because she had her on the video there. And she said, yeah, it was the best decision she ever made, and she went through the whole thing, like how she was convinced to do this, and how they get you. It's like a cult thing. It's just like how the cults used to work. There's a lot of peer pressure. Yeah, it was pretty bad, and I've seen others too. There's a bunch speaking out against it, that they've transitioned and they realize what a huge mistake it was, and you can't go back once you've done a lot of these things. Like, you're screwed. You'll never have kids. You'll never have a family, and you don't fit in anywhere. This one girl, and she looked like a man, like a man. She had a beard and stuff, and she's crying, and she was talking about how because women are they're a lot more social than men are. I've seen studies about that, where they'd have like little girls in a room, right, and they'll tend to put their chairs so they're facing each other when they're talking, where boys won't do that. It's just the way we're wired. And this kind of goes to what she was saying, was she doesn't fit in with the women anymore, because she's a guy, sort of. She looks like a guy and sounds like a guy. And she's craving that femaleness, right? To talk to be a girl basically, and she can't. They're too. Everybody's weird around her and can't relate to her, and she can't relate to them anymore. And she says the same thing with the guys. They're too standoffish. They're too guyish, right? And so she was like, she didn't know what to do. She was totally screwed. And I think, it was starting to dawn on her, like, she made a huge fucking mistake. But this is where the suicide rates with those people is massive. And if you get down to it, it's these elite assholes, the parasite class again, right? They want to kill off, like, a massive amount of people. And they talk about this and write about this. Like, and the different ways of doing it. One of which is vaccinations, by the way. Well, Bill Gates was talking about that in a video. But yeah, so what they're doing here is they're sterilizing people. Because that's what it comes down to. These people will never have children. They can adopt or something, but they'll never have children otherwise. Their own children, it's not a thing. It'll never happen. And it's this shit that's pushed by these assholes. They own the media, they own the courts, they own the government, they own people in key positions everywhere. The medical establishment that was started by them in the 40s, modern medicine. There's so much that people just have no clue, and it's hard to tell people because it's the Matrix. You had the red pill and the black, or the blue pill, and the one. I wonder if I should grab some more fuel in here. Probably. Come on. The one pill you're told the truth, and it's pretty harsh, and the other one you can live a comfortable lie. So somebody came up with a new term, the black pill, and it's like, because the truth is so extremely, unbelievably bad and hard to take and hard to accept or believe. But I mean, once you start seeing it, and you gotta look too, because they censor the hell out of everybody. But that was part of the reason why I believe, because a lot of these people they're censoring are bona fide experts. You can look them up, and they have everything to lose to tell, and a lot of them did, some even their lives. But they come out to talk about this stuff, and they get smashed and beaten up, and sometimes literally. But so they have a lot to lose to say this stuff, to get it out there. Where on the other hand, you get the other side of this, where people who aren't even experts, like our global news here, had a foot doctor talking about COVID back in the day, and he was their doctor. Of course, you didn't know he was a foot doctor. You look him up, he's a fucking foot doctor. He's no fucking expert on germs or bacteria or viruses or and yet they've got him on there as their expert, and he was getting all kinds of whatever he wanted, accolades and money and opportunities and stuff, because he was playing their stupid game. But it's, yeah, so who's more believable? You know what I mean? And these people are very good at what they get bogged down here a lot. This guy's, he's still pulling. I don't know. Anyway, they're very believable, very credible people, and yeah, I tend to believe that stuff because of that. If they have something to lose, they're much more, they have a lot more credibility than somebody on the other side. And yeah, once you start learning stuff, and you know what's true and what it's easier to tell what isn't too, right? And who's telling you, and we were doing so good. Nope, we're not going to do that. Let's do that. Don't you do it. A rock should help me, I think. Don't dump your load. Just looking to see if there's anything else around here to connect to. Is that a... No, it's a rock. I thought there was a stump up there. Do I want to keep pulling? If I keep pulling... Come on, truck. Come back upright. Piece of crap. Oh shit. Is he gonna... Because it's articulated, this is gonna be a problem. Alright, you know what? Let's get some help in here. Oh, he'll do. Do we have anybody down? Oh, we got this guy. He's not that far away, actually. Hopefully he doesn't cause him to flip over, because sometimes that happens. You get close and then they just start going and it's like, ah, crap. Right now he's kind of stuck in suspended animation and half on his side, but he won't actually move. But when you get close to them, sometimes things start happening. So I'll see if I can pull him upright. I think I can get in here. As long as this guy doesn't fucking fall over too, that would be bad. Alright. Let's repair while we're here. And let's get lower. Okay, he didn't move, that's good. That was dumb anyway, let's not Alright. Stop there. Think that'll work. Okay, now we have to go out wide. Not that wide. This could end up being a bit of a pain in the ass. But that's back here a bit. try and pull the trailer over to the right a bit too, so it doesn't end up over those rocks. Okay. That should work. Except the tree is a piece of shit. Come on. Surprised the winch isn't pulling this around. Okay, let's try. What do we got going on here? I wonder. Please be a... No, he's not going to be a good tree. I doubt any of these guys will be good trees. Try pulling this guy over, maybe. Come on, pull around that corner. Oh, is it gonna work? Come on. Alright, I have another idea. Although it's gonna hurt. Maybe. So if I run into it with my front end, I don't know if this is the best spot to turn it around. Nope. Also, get bedded down here. So I can't run into him from the front too hard or I take damage, but I can smack the hell out of him with my rear. Although it doesn't look like I'm going to be getting a lot of... Oh, here we go. Speed. Stupid thing. Alright. It's getting around that fucking rock right there. Come on. Yeah, there's nothing to connect to up here. I don't have a... No, I don't have a really big truck. I mean, I've got him. Could try. Yeah, getting around this is gonna be a bitch too. Alrighty. He's down there, right? I'm not gonna drive down there. Thought about it. Not gonna do it. Oh man, there's a couple of tight spots here. Oh yeah, how am I gonna get around this corner? Holy shit, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. I'm pretty sure this tree is not one that you can knock over. Actually, I can go over those rocks. That would give me some room. Yeah. Yeah, go straight through there. Or straight up the hill. That is a possibility. There are trees I can winch onto to pull myself up. That'd be... I don't know. It's doable, but I might be asking for it if I do that. And he should be... He's not turning his wheels. What the hell? Oh, because I'm not... Well, he's not doing it there either. Oh shit, that almost worked. I think I can see his wheels turning a slight bit, but not much. Sometimes getting further away works better. Except for that. I could see that being a huge ass fucking problem. Nope. That's even worse. Interesting, I can get up here, but I can't get off. Alright. Yeesh. Wonder if I can get over this rock. Perfect. You can get yourself bumped up against a tree. Somehow it gives you extra pull power. Wow. Even with that, it's like... Well. This thing is just not gonna go anywhere. Yeah, this thing is like... I mean, I went out about as wide as I can go there, so I don't know how else I could do this. Besides going the long way around, and then I could end up in the same kind of predicament. Okay. Gotta be a way to do this. Come on, you piece of crap. I'm surprised it's rolling back, because I'm attached with the winch. Usually that's like a solid hold, so it's interesting that it's got some give after that. Alright. I wonder if I can go through here. Alright, let's see how that goes. Huh. Huh. Fucking rocks. Didn't we just fuel this thing up, or did I just do it the wrong way? Which wouldn't surprise me in the least. And I'm really tempted to go up this hill. I am really tempted to go up the hill. Okay. Can I get close enough to the front of this thing to give them the fuel? Yes, I can. I think that's good. Okay, small fuel carrier. Kinda swore he needed repairs. Alright, so I'm thinking I'll go up to that rock there. That looks a little bit like it has some... It's a little flatter. And then pull myself up with this tree. Although the fact that I can barely get up here could be an indication that going up there could be a very bad thing to do. But then again... Why is he trying to tip over? It's because of the trailer. Too far away. Hmm. Okay, we're doing it. Just making sure the logs aren't tipping around or something. Okay. I wonder if that one can be used. Oh, it can too. Okay. Come on. Come on. Nope, 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 nope. Shit, wasn't that tree just holding me a second ago? I thought it was that one. But come on, you can pull over that stupid little bump back there. Come on. Okay. There we go. Alright, we avoided a couple of shit spots down that way. Boy, oh boy, what a pain in the ass that was. Wasn't as bad as the stupid cars that we had to take before, the cabs or whatever the hell they were called. Still. I hope you appreciate your stupid little fucking watchtower. It's hell getting that shit up here. Okay, it's 1:30 in the morning. I was up at almost, well, I guess I went back to sleep after my leg cramped out on me, but so we'll say 4. So it's been a long day. And driving around and doing a bunch of shit, and yeah. So I am gonna call it there. And I'm gonna go to bed. So I will probably be on tomorrow at some point. And I'll see you then. Hopefully we could probably get this finally cleaned up That's interesting.